She then switched to young adult fiction. And in fact, one of her books has been picked up by a movie studio. So you can add screenwriter to her resume. She's also done a lot more. She started a foundation that raises funds and awareness for those battling SMA. She has also now extended her abilities and is raising funds and awareness to combat the opioid addiction in our country. Truly remarkable. And I also did fail to mention that she is currently a sophomore at the University of Virginia in Charlottesville as a full-time student. Lots of accomplishments for someone that's 23 years old. But she's much more than that. She is a beautiful young lady, bright, articulate, and an amazing sense of humor. To the point where in our neighborhood we always wanted to know what would she do next for Halloween. And in fact, she topped it a couple years ago when her wheelchair was decked out like the Pope Mobile and she was the Pope. But I can tell you, in my encounters with her, I have never walked away feeling that better about myself. She never has lamented, why me? She has embraced her disability and said, you know what? God gave me other tools, a strong heart, a strong mind, a strong soul, and she put those things to good use and has a long list of accomplishments. In many ways, she has stood tall in everything that she has done. And to those of you out there this evening battling this disease, this lady is a beacon of hope. She shines brighter than the sun. She should be someone that you could look to and say, you know what? I can stand tall like her. I am deeply honored this evening to present the 2018 Live Unlimited Award to Ms. Shea Megale.
Oh boy, I feel the pressure because I am the last one that metaphorically stands in the way of you and your bed. So please tolerate me for a little bit, but thank you so much. I am just in awe of everyone in this room. I have so much respect for MDA and everyone in this room. Mr. Callis is a hero, and Big Mike, have another applause for him, come on. Great. Yes. I think maybe the first improvement that MDA needs, though, is to raise their criteria for this award. I don't feel very worthy, but I am so humbled. I really am. And I don't really fancy myself as a speech maker, because I find that often I get kind of stuck. Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm going with this, actually. Everyone in this room gets kind of stuck, right? Especially people with wheels. They might get stuck in the mud, get stuck in gravel, get stuck below stairs. I got stuck in the outback of Australia once. My whole tour was going on without me because my wheelchair broke down. And I found myself in a mechanic shop in the middle of nowhere. They fixed me up, took a picture of me, and put it on their wall next to trucks and other cars of stuff that they had fixed. I got stuck in a haunted house once. And in the haunted house, whenever I would ask a stranger for help, they'd scream and run away. So I was stuck there for a while. Probably my favorite place to get stuck in, though, was in the middle of the woods. A bunch of wildflowers. If you're from Manassas or the Northern Virginia area, you know bluebells. They're like a sea. And I wanted to get closer to them, and I got stuck on a root. So I was stuck there for a while, waiting for my brother to skateboard and free me. But I realized that I was in a beautiful place. I really was. And all of us tend to get stuck, whether it's physically or it's grief or mental illness, failure. But I can attest that I've never gotten stuck and not experienced that I needed to be there, to learn something, to get to the next step. We never want to get going as much as when we're stuck. That's when we want to get going. Amen, right? Thank you. I want to end my speech kind of like what Mr. Callis was saying. He was talking about why me, right? A lot of us think about why me. I think about it sometimes. Why me? Why was I born with this? I want to share a brief story that kind of changed my entire attitude on this. About 3 years ago, I went with my church to the psychiatric ward of Fairfax Hospital. It was the extreme cases unit. There were locked doors, security guards there. We were led down a hallway, strange noises coming down the hallway, and we sat in the middle of a room with a musician, and the patients filed in, and they all sat among us. The church members and I started to sing, and we chanted with them, passed out music sheets, and they joined us. They started to chant with us. When we were done, the security guards were pretty eager to get us out quickly, and a big, burly, bearded man approached me. He had an eye patch, and his toes were sticking out of his dress shoes. Tears filled his eyes, and he approached me and said, "That last song we sang, Jesus, Remember Me, that makes me think of my parents." I was being tugged by the arm to leave, and I wouldn't move. I got stuck right there. And I looked up at the man, I don't know his name. I looked up at him, and I said, "Can I give you a hug?" When you're in a chair, by the way, you guys get to decide how to hug me. You get to decide how long, you get to decide how tight, and you get to decide whether to even do it or not. So I looked up at him and I said, "Can I give you a hug?" I'll never forget the look on his face. His expression said, "Why me? Why do you want a hug from me?" But he thought about it for a second, and then he dove down for me and gave me the tightest hug I've ever had. And then I really was ushered through the doors. So I ask you guys again tonight, why me? Why this award? Why to me? But I accept it with all my love, and I thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, before you go, Shea. So Shea's going to help us pick this Kentucky burger treat.